Let's be friends.
Have you not?
And here we go.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Ambassador Wing. Hope y'all are having a nice, pleasant Tuesday evening, and I hope y'all are looking forward to a festive and loud 4th of July coming up in a couple of days. And tonight we are back with you here live on the Ambassador Wing with a 90s night watch along. And tonight we are, of course, watching Independence Day. And if this is your first visit to the Ambassador Wing, welcome. Glad you're here tonight. Hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you enjoy the movie. And hope you enjoy all the festivities over this coming week. So it's a time to celebrate all that is great about the US of A, or at least what we believe is great about the US of A, regardless of what somebody else might tell us, and celebrate this great piece of American cinema, Independence Day. And just a little background on this movie before we get into it. This is a movie I saw my junior year of high school. Saw this with Mother Ambassador when it came out way back when in 96. Was one of the first movies we ever got on VHS when we finally got a VCR in the late 90s. And everybody had an opportunity to get a VCR as soon as everybody else did. We finally got ours in the late 90s when I was a junior, or actually, I think I was a senior in high school, one or the other. And this is one of those first movies we ever got on VHS, and it is to this day a personal favorite of both me, Mother Ambassador, Madam Ambassador, and I imagine a lot of people out there too. I mean, let's be honest here. This is one of the greatest disaster movies, one of the greatest sci-fi disaster movies ever put on cinema, put on film. It's got a very eclectic and wonderful cast. I mean, you've got Jeff Goldblum, you've got Will Smith in one of his first roles, one of his first big screen roles. You've got Bill Pullman as the president. You've got Judd Hirsch as Jeff Goldblum's father. You've got the Weasley Secretary of Defense. You've got Brent Spiner as professor as a scientist at Area 51. You've got Vivica A. Fox as the love interest. This is quite literally a star-studded cast. This is a who's who of mid to late 90s actors and actresses, and it harkens back to a simpler time in cinema. We didn't have to worry about anything getting blown up yet here in the US of A. And as always, whenever I do one of these watch-alongs, if you want to join me for the stream, I have put the link up in the chat. If you're watching here on YouTube, if you're watching on X, if you want to send me a DM and let me know that you want to be in on this watch-along, but of course, by all means, do so. But I consider these a community event. It isn't just for me; it's for everybody here. Everybody watching along, whether you are somebody that I've worked with before or somebody that's a first timer wants to sit back, relax, and enjoy a great movie. So, and I also want to thank my associate, my good friend, Mr. LDG, for helping me out with this, as he often does with all of my watch-alongs. Thank you to you, sir. So, he's off doing something at the moment, so I'm kind of waiting until he gets back so that I can give him the go and we can get this show on the road. I want to let you all know I just did another watch along this past weekend for The Last Starfighter. Make sure and go check out that replay. If you have a copy of the movie and you want to watch along with my commentary, me and my friend MB Geek's commentary for that film, by all means, do so. I've also got a couple of reviews already uploaded and everything very recently. And I've got another review coming up the next day or so. I've done another Ultra Retro review. If you're wondering, what does Ultra Retro mean? I define movies in three time periods. Ultra retro is anything from the 1930s to 1979 ish. Modern is from 1980s to like 2001, 2005, somewhere along in there. And anything modern is from, say, 2011 to current. So, an ultra retro review is a review of movies from that were made or came out in the years between the 1930s and the 1970s. And I'm going to be uploading a new review. It will actually be a double feature ultra retro review of Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon, starring the late great Humphrey Bogart. So hope you all enjoy that one. Make sure to keep an eye on the notifications on my channel for when that's up and on the channel. So, LDG, are you back, bud? I guess not. Okay. Hopefully he's not gone too much longer. Not that I can't fill time. Trust me, I'm a master at filling time. So, but for those of you who have been wondering, Ambassador, where have you been all these months and why are you back all of a sudden? Well, been dealing with some health issues, been dealing with some personal life stuff, and that kind of sidelined me for a while. And I had to take a different approach, a different tracked in how I wanted to approach doing stuff for my channel. So I'm not streaming as much. Now, granted, this month I'm going to be streaming a little bit more. Obviously, I'm doing this stream tonight. I'll be doing a live stream review for Deadpool and Wolverine, which comes out in a couple of weeks. I'll also be doing another double feature review for the first two Deadpool movies. That'll also be coming out this month. I'll also be continuing the Quentin Tarantino um, review series, and we'll be doing Jackie Brown. The first two installments are up on the channel, which are, of course, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. So definitely go check those out as well. And of course, I've got a massive backlog of movies or anything and reviews that I've done over the last, let's see, 2019. This is 24, almost 4.5, 5 years. So, LDG, you're back. Good deal. All right, folks. Not with no more further ado, we're going to get this show on the road, and we'll do just a real quick countdown. Mr. LDG, if you would be ever so kind, in 3, 2, 1, hit that play, bud. Okay. I have 20th Century Fox logo. You heard that? For any movie between the 1970s and the 1980s, you knew you were getting something truly excellent. Still true today. Very simplistic, very, very simplistic ti title card. Independence Day, July 2nd, and we open up on the surface of the moon. And yes, I believe we did go to the moon. I don't believe it was a big fat hoax. So, just a personal assertion of my own, of myself, of my own. And to the chat, Sci-Fi Nation, Sci-Fi is good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night at work, and appreciate you stopping by, my friend. And sorry you can't be here tonight, but if I'm still alive by the time you get home and you want to jump on in here, the link will be in the chat, bud. And I know you're from up north, so I won't necessarily say Happy Independence Day, but I will say good day to you, buddy. Appreciate you being here tonight. And we see surface of the moon, and then oh my gosh, there's something moving over the moon. The moon has literally been eclipsed by something. We're all gonna die. At least we didn't. At least we assumed we were possibly not going to die because, well, if you watch the trailer for this back in the 90s, all they showed was everything being blown up, and we're like, I want to see what made us blow up. And there's the mothership and all the little other destroyer ships. And they're steady. And here's a fun little piece of movie trivia. The song playing in the background is It's the End of the World as We Know It. I Feel Fine by REM. The end of the world as we know it. Yes, indeed, the end of the world as we know it. And I'm gonna shut up now because I can't sing, and I feel fine. Oh, Michigan, Mich- farther than the can. Okay, well then, my friend, happy Independence Day. And here's a fun little fact: the scientist was actually in another Roland Emmerich production. He played a alien from the movie Stargate. $55,000. It's coming from the moon. We're here to blow you up. Of course. Oh, and yes, another personal favorite actor, Mr. Robert Loggia, also well known for his part in Scarface, played opposite of Al Pacino in that movie. And fun fact, the other officer there to Robert Loggia's character's right was actually the dad from the show from the 80s and 90s, The Wonder Years. But that's not the Secretary of Defense. That's the president. I know I didn't wake you. Brunette. Not. I remember the name of that show, but I can't remember the name of the people. This is gonna drive me nuts because I remember the name of that show. They parodied it on Saturday Night Live. Dana Carvey played the main host. Oliver, asking, please, sir, I'd like some more. And she's like, shut up. She's like, I'm your press secretary. At least I'm assuming that's his press secretary. That is an extended cut. I'm sorry. Can you say that again? Okay, he didn't say I'm sorry. He's like, can you say that again? Uh, there's a spaceship up in orbit above us, sir. That's gonna blow us to kingdom come. And one of our cracked ass satellites is about to smash into the side of it. It's got a whole broken solar panel and everything. Of course, they came to the Star Wars galaxy. Oh no, 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 no. Sorry about that. If you don't move soon, I'm going to start to decompose. Nothing like a father-son chess game in Central Park. And there's Harvey Firestein, also famous for his role in Mrs. Doubtfire, where he played Robin Williams' character's brother. David, problem. I think if it was something simple. Another sci-fi classic, Day the Earth Stood Still. Imperial Valley, California. And of course, Randy Quaid as the drunken father. Just Randy Quaid being Randy Quaid. And you can't land in the middle of a road, you dumbass. Oy vey. Falling out of his plane. Yeah. You sure, you dummy? Oy vey. And here come the spaceships. Send in the destroyers. Or you don't even know if those even work. Just saying. That's also from the extended cut. Gotta admit, the effects for 1996 were actually pretty good. Technically 1995/96 when this movie was produced and made. And now here comes all the reports from around the world. That's because you're dealing with something way beyond your tech level. Yeah, it's clearing. You're about to go kablooey. Well, hey, Last Outlaw, it's good to see you, bud. If you want to jump in here, buddy, just keep it civil. Don't be a buzzkill. If you want to be jovially evil and spiteful, fine, but don't ruin the movie, dude. It's supposed to be a cheesy disaster movie. So don't kill everybody's pre 4th of July buzz, dude. Seriously. But if you want to come on in, you know you're always welcome. Well, then we're screwed. And to Mr. Last Outlaws, Mr. Leary, thank you, bud. I appreciate it. And of course, with all of you that are watching on YouTube and X, make sure you smash that like button or that heart button or whatever. Of course, everything helps the algorithm, gets this stream out and everything. So, and of course, it's the 4th of July. This is a movie we can all gather around and enjoy, regardless of what's going on in real life politics right now. Just saying. No, there isn't. That's the smart thing to do. Find a hole and hide in it. Why? You in need of a good anal probing, dude? Is your sex life so boring that you want to be abducted and molested and violated by aliens? He's like, I was right and y'all were wrong. Well, we're all really gonna die now. Or as REM said, it's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine. And there he is. Mr. Will Smith, fresh off his success of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in his first starring role. Granted, not leading role, but still a starring role. I could say something about this particular scene, but it would probably get this stream taken down in 10 seconds, so I will not say it. Where's the aliens? That's all I'll say. Come on, aliens, come on down here. We won't mind. Particularly right now. Uh, Zach, I kind of just do a review throughout the whole movie. I do kind of a running commentary throughout, so that's what I usually do with these. So, I mean, if you want to pop in at the end and share your thoughts, by all means, but I kind of find it a little more fun to do it as a running commentary rather than. it's Zach, it's fine, really. This is not a PG show. I mean, the movie is a PG movie, but the stream is not necessarily a PG stream. So anything you say in the chat is fine, really. And there's our first clear shot of the destroyer. The Empire would be proud. Palpatine be like, excellent. Where can I obtain this technology? I remember seeing this on the big screen back in 96, and I was like, holy crap, that thing's huge. Mm-hmm. Yep, come on. You went to MIT. You're smart. And it just sailed right over the Empire State Building. That one sailed over the White House. You know, the crazy thing is, they're probably not looking at anything, and yet they give a pretty damn good performance. Yeah. I'll stop at the end. You got about 2 hours. Give or take, yes. Yeah, with Zach. And that's fine. You leave Boomer alone, dude. Jackwagon. Pick on that poor dog. Okay, bud. Yeah. That's. Captain, you might want to look up from your morning newspaper. Just saying. What do you think? Checkmate. Kablooey! Screw my scum sucking lawyer. I don't care. He can go blow up. Orderly? You're talking about the human race. We've never done anything orderly in our entire existence. Hmm. Um, I can't exactly blame her. Ain't gonna be much of a fight. They're gonna kick our asses. Yeah, but you enjoy plucking her. Okay, that was a bad joke. Even I admit it. Plucker, really? Plucker? I love Judd Hirsch in this role. He's him and Jeff Goldblum. Their charisma, their just works perfectly off of each other. They're like an old married couple, except they're father and son. Yeah. And they're like, oh, great. That's our dad. Stony Jackson. You're interviewing somebody named Stony Jackson. You freaking weirdos. I can't feel, I feel bad for the kids, but at the same time, of course, the horn dogs come out at the end of the world. He's like, stay the hell off my sister. I'll bust your ass. That's also extended cut. I was not aware of that. Yeah, bunch of idiots with their 9 millimeters are going to start another civil war when those things can fire a laser beam a billion times stronger than any handgun. I quote a TV I quote the show Supernatural and the introduction of the Horseman of Death. Harry Connick Jr. Mm, damn. During the era of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, when it was played for a joke. And now you do that sort of thing, everybody pitches a fit. Oh, she's a. Okay. For those of you who are too young to remember, there was a conspiracy theory that once upon a time aliens abducted Elvis. But then, of course, this theory was um, debunked a few years later in the movie Men in Black, where Tommy Lee Jones told Will Smith's character, Elvis didn't die, he just went home. The fact that Elvis wasn't, in fact, abducted by aliens, but that he was an alien. And to the chat, a new face I haven't seen, I don't think ever, Kimberly Amber Hart. Kimberly, good to see you. That's definitely extended cut. We've come, we've come, we've come in peace. Indeed, Kimberly. And Kimberly, if this is your first time here, greetings and welcome. Glad to see you here. Hope you enjoy the stream. And oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, what does Dad know? Holds the sign, but then Tiffany looks at the bright light. Yep, Kimberly, she sure does. And Kimberly, if you, I don't know if you're watching along with your own copy or not. If you have your own copy, great. I'm guessing you are, considering you're kind of right along in the same beat with me. So glad to have you with you. Glad to have you with here tonight. So appreciate you joining. Oh, what the hell was the name of the talk show host? You'll see. Oh, Jerry Springer. Oh yeah, welcome wagon. Blows Blown out of the air wagon, more like it. Well, at least it's got a really good set for the White House. Oh, well, yeah, of course, because they have all the Fox movies as well. So that's right. I didn't think about that, Kimberly. So, hey, Whatever way works for you, it's cool by me. So he was a president at the time. We tries keep telling you, Dad. He was not the president. Okay, that's definitely from the director's cut or an extended cut scene. No, he's not leaving now, you sleazy swine. Clock is ticking. Excuse me, folks. I will be right back. I gotta grab me a liquid refreshment. Nine minutes. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Kimberly, yeah, that's soon to happen. Yep. And there's dummy Tiffany. Uh, oh boy. That's who had a house in the Hamptons, his psychiatrist. Move it, move it, move it. Yeah, they're opening up all right. Ooh, excuse me. Beg your pardon, everybody. Yeah, so pretty. It's gonna be the last thing you ever see. Yeah, Kimberly, she sure is. She's about to be blown to subatomic particles. Now, it not pieces, subatomic particles. This ever happens in real life? I mean, literally in real life, I'm heading away from any major city. I'm getting in my car with my wife and our cats, and I'm just driving. I'm gone. Bye. Unless I know for a fact they come in peace, I'm gone. I will never be caught in this situation. Yeah. And of course, this is Jeff Goldblum's paper. He plays the smart aleck, but always right scientist. Of course, he did a role a few years before this, and of course, Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Or the Lost World came out. No, the Lost World came out before this. Hmm. There goes the Empire State Building. And he's like, well, hell with it. Mm-mm-mm. All those innocent people blown to kingdom come. You gotta admit, for 96, these effects are really good. There goes the Capitol. Kaboom. I was supposed to be a kaboom. I know Sherry Kaboom. Oh, there's my kaboom. Marvin the Martian. But in the case, Marvin and his friends actually succeeded. She's like, Daddy, are we gonna make it? There's that same scream again. It's like the female version of the Wilhelm scream. Yeah, Kimberly, you're right. She should have listened. Boomer, move your butt.
Boomer will live.
Good boy, Boomer. You stayed put. Well, Statue of Liberty got flattened. So the World Trade Center, unfortunately. Yes, you have. Couldn't have known. Yeah. But somehow you learn to carry on. Yeah, Kimberly, she was the dancer. Past tense. Because she quit. I should know she got fired. And if employment was still a thing, well, then she could have filed for it. But, well, let's just get up there and whoop GT's ass. That's all. Mm-hmm. Tires and not the fires, Big Daddy. Oh, I got it right here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go blow up some aliens. It's actually a pretty good impersonation of a reverend. Of a reverend, and all that that entails. Yes, he is. Kiss my grits. Here comes the sucky part, though. And here comes the fighters. Yes, yes, he did. Yep. Here comes the first butt kicking. Mm. Mm. They're trying. Mm. This is the part of the movie that kind of sucks. Okay, not so much sucks in that the movie's bad, but just sucks in the fact that we're getting our ass kicked. Yeah, yeah, Kimberly kinda. Not really, because you're a good pilot. Uh-oh. And here comes the shot and the line and the quote that started a career. Yeah, he kind of is. Yes, I know it's highly unlikely that one punch can take out an alien that size, but you gotta admit, that's a great line. I call it close encounter. Very close. Like super duper. A little bit of extended scene there too. Yeah, Kimberly, that's coming up later. He's gonna go forward, we can go side to side. He's like, Dad, shut the hell up. Too much. A Oh, shut up, you weasel face, little rat brain jerkwad puke pot. Area 51. Um, you're about to have your whole worldview completely tossed in over on its head, Mr. President. Oh, lovely. Whack job. Lovely. Good evening, Mr. Leary.
How's it going, man?
Doing well. How are you? Happy
I'm
pre-Independence Day, buddy.
Yeah, man. Happy Fourth. I was watching The Acolyte and I just couldn't take it anymore. So here I am.
Why are you watching that crap? You should be watching this. This is a good movie.
Yep. Let me pull it up. Where are you at on this?
Let me drop the link in the private chat. 1 second, bud. I got you.
All right.
Give me a minute. I got there. It is. Hold on. In your heavy ass in the burning desert, exhaling the back of my parachute with an attitude. I'm big and bad. One second. Okay, it's in the private chat. There's the link for the movie. It'll take you straight in.
Oh man, you got this all figured out, man. Perfect.
Not just me, my friend, Mr. LDG.
Yeah, very well done, man.
But he likes to keep that low key. I can't help. There's Mr. Wacky ass Randy Quaid.
He's basically just playing himself.
In a manner speaking, yes, you're not wrong. You're talking to the President of the United States? I suggest you open the door. Did you really think they paid $10,000 for a hammer? $15,000 for a toilet seat?
Is this where they meet the alien?
Well, not so much meat, but this is the part where they see the corpses of the first batch of aliens that came to Earth.
Okay, it's been a while.
It's okay. Hey, there's Data.
Yeah. What is his name?
Dr. Oaken. Well, the actor's name is Brent Spiner. Yeah, I can really understand that. Oy vey. I mean, the set design for this was great. The Freak Show. Well, yeah, they're ugly as all get out. There, I said it.
They look pretty badass. I mean, it's a good design, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. And, considering the same came out in 96, it still holds up incredibly well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the movie looks good.
Well, look at the
Tony
size of their
Scott
heads. I would think
movie,
so.
right? Is it Tony Scott?
No, Roland Emmerich. Roland Emmerich.
Okay.
This is one of his well-known disaster movies from the 90s.
I have to pull him up here. Oh, Godzilla. Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, we did a review of that one, I think what last year.
Yep. Kind of an underrated guy. I mean, the popcorn movies get a lot of flack, man. And, I'm kind of that way too. I kind of go after them a little bit. But, I mean, once in a while, you need just to have some fun. You know what I mean? So it's like an
Well,
amusement
yeah.
park ride or like a
Well,
roller coaster.
that's it's this harkens back to the old disaster movies of like the 60s and 70s, or well, it's a cross between the old disaster movies and the old alien movies of like the 60s or 70s or even the 1950s. I mean, yeah, it's outlandish, it's bombastic, but that's the idea. It's an homage to all the classic disaster movies and alien invasion movies. It's like War of the Worlds, but with a sense of humor.
Yeah, you can frame it in a pretty interesting way that would benefit the movie. It's like these kind of movies are like B movies that
Yeah,
just have $100 million
just
budget.
yeah, exactly. That's the way I've always looked at them. I mean, I was in high school when this movie came out. Me and Mother and Baxter saw this in theaters because we saw the trailer on TV and for other movies, and we're like, "Oh hell yes, we're going to see this!" Because my mother grew up watching movies like this, the disaster movies, the old alien B movies, as you described them.
Well, there's a lot of hate out there for these kind of movies, you know.
Well, that's because nobody knows how to have a sense of fun anymore. Everybody's too damn serious all the time. Now, the funny
And
thing
I'll
is
just,
about this,
yeah,
real
go ahead,
quick,
man.
the thing about this one, this is actually the extended cut. This has added scenes in it
Oh,
because I
okay.
remember this movie very well. So this scene was not in the original theatrical cut. This is an extended scene.
I always want the director's cut. I mean, always
Yeah.
give me this extended edition.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just going to say one last thing, and then I'll shut my mouth here a little bit. I can
You're fine.
barely fucking recognize Brent Spiner. He is crushing it. I mean, you can't even recognize him.
Well, yeah, that's the idea because you know him so well as Data. He wanted to look different for this.
Great actor.
Yeah, really good actor. I like that. You're trying to make us look bad. Well, he went to MIT, didn't you all? He's like, yeah, right. Well, here's the funny thing too, Zach. Think about this. Jeff Goldblum is in two movies in the 90s played a quirky scientist because he plays this guy who isn't necessarily a scientist, but he did go to MIT. But he also played Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park. The first two, anyway.
In a way, he's playing himself too in this. I mean,
In a manner of speaking.
that helps. You just find a dude who's really close to the character. You don't even have to help him.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff Goldblum is a quirky, weird guy.
But he's a good actor.
Yeah, no, entertaining guy. Nothing against him at
Oh,
all.
yeah. This is also an extended scene because we actually find out that the younger son of Randy Quaid's character has some sort of he has some sort of medical condition. Oh bullshit! You scum sucking bureaucrat! My lord, sorry. He's a fictional character, so technically it's okay. Pretty much.
He's kind of the highlight of this movie, even as a guy who doesn't like it.
Oh, Bill Pullman. Yeah.
Bill Pullman, man.
Well, if you think about it, the last major sci-fi movie he did was Spaceballs. This was a much bigger. This is kind of an upgrade compared to Spaceballs. Don't get me wrong. I love Spaceballs. I love him as Lone Star in Spaceballs. But yeah, this is a much more serious role. No. Don't worry, darling. He ain't dead. He's just not there.
How did the First Lady end up out here?
First Lady, remember, she was in LA for some sort of conference or something, and she was getting escorted out in a helicopter, but the ship activated its primary weapon, blew up the city, and her chopper got taken down during it. And they found her as they were going through the ruins of the city, and they got her out. Now they're at El Toro Military Air Force Base.
Okay, gotcha. Here's our big
Now
Thing moment for this movie.
Yep, the critter. Icky? It ain't dead. Look at the hand. Run away, get the hell out of there. If I didn't know anywhere, I could swear that one woman scientist said, F this, I'm out of here. Of course, I could be wrong, but I think she did. She said, F this, I'm out of here.
Well, I can tell you this, man. I wouldn't be going in there without security guards.
I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there without a minigun. I'll perforate that thing with so many holes it won't be able to stand for the rest of its unnatural life. Give me a minigun like Jesse the Bly Ventura was carrying in Predator. I'll go in there, but I'm not going in there with anything less than that. That thing comes near me, I'm pulling the trigger, and I ain't gonna stop until that thing don't move no more. Look at the neck, genius. Mm. Yep, I agree. Nuke them. Of course, they ain't gonna work, but still, not a bad idea.
Do you think this would have made a good horror film?
Um,
That's what I got out of
it
that scene. Like, God damn, that was so good.
it it would have to have a lot of rework done to it, because it doesn't lend itself to a horror movie. It lends itself to more to of a sci-fi disaster movie. This isn't the same as say Alien, where that's was written and built as a horror movie or a sci-fi horror movie in that case. So you'd have to
Well,
do a
I
lot of rework to make this into a horror movie.
well, let me put it to you this way: could it be? Could this have been like a Tom Cruise War of the Worlds type of film?
Don't you mean? Oh yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah. Um, no, because it has too much humor in it, and I actually watched a video essay on this and I compared this movie and War of the Worlds. The tones for both movies are too dissimilar. It wouldn't work. I mean, you'd have to do a major rewrite. You'd have to strip away all the comedic elements. You'd have to do maybe some recasting for a lot of the roles because some of these actors, don't get me wrong, they're good actors, but they're not necessarily heavy drama or even mild dramatic actors to any degree. That's the only
Well,
reason
you just
why.
throw a Keith David in there instead of Will Smith, right? And that's
Mm,
the other problem I think with this movie is you've kind of got the movie star dilemma where you've just got a stacked cast, which doesn't always help. So lesser known actors who are still great, Keith David or somebody. Maybe that would make a difference.
Yeah, it probably
But
would.
I
But
don't
the
hate what
thing is, they
I've
were
seen
going
so far.
for the. Oh, I don't. I never. You know me at this point, Zach. I will never hate this movie. Now, I hate the fact they tried to do a sequel to it, and that the sequel sucked. That's the only thing I dislike about it. They tried to turn it into a franchise where it was good just as a one standalone movie.
Yeah, that
That's the
sequel
only thing
was
I
was
dislike.
rough.
Yeah, it wasn't very good at all. I mean, obviously they had a lot of the returning cast minus Will Smith, but it just Independence Day did not need a sequel. It stands just fine on its own. Doesn't make it any easier.
And those actors are so far removed from it that they didn't even feel like the
Mm-hmm.
same characters. Like Goldblum and this character in this don't even match up.
Yeah, Bill Pullman as President Whitmore. Yeah. I like Pullman's line here, right here in this scene.
Great delivery on that.
Yeah. But I
He's
like
good,
his
man.
line
Bill Pullman.
a few minutes.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's always been a good actor. That's a good delivery right there. That line right there. May our children forgive us. Oh, shut up, you sleazebag.
He sounds like a
I hate.
badass, and he's playing a president. He sounds like a bad motherfucker in like a street fight movie.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: his character was in the military. He was an Air Force pilot. If you remember, his character was an Air Force pilot before he became president. So we don't know if
No,
he
I
went
didn't
from
remember that.
to another political position before he got to president, which is entirely possible. It would be logical in this particular situation. Like he was a senator or a governor or something else. And then
Yeah, he must have
he
been.
got
Yeah.
yeah, he went from Air Force to a governor or everything, and then worked his way up to president. Which in this type of setting would make sense. But unfortunately, the nuke didn't work. Be right back, everybody. Oh yeah, Turner remains. They all have the same shielding, you freaking idiot. Dumbass. Secretary of Defense, you don't know how a nuke works.
I love how
Freaking idiot.
smug his team is too. Despite the fact that they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, it's not his entire team. It's just that one Secretary of Defense that's a complete and total jackwagon that you just want to punch in the face repeatedly. Make another hints. He's saying she's not going to make it.
Oof. Oh shit. Don't remember this.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen this movie so many times. Even, granted, I haven't seen the extended cut. Maybe it's, I think, maybe once before this. But yeah, this scene always stings. She's hurting too much. She can't even hold her own daughter.
Yeah, that scene said a lot about him, man. I mean, he
For
showed strength. He showed strength. He showed reassurance, empathy, putting others above himself, his family
yeah,
above him. Very interesting, man. That was a very restrained portrayal.
but it also showed vulnerability.
Yep.
You're a lousy drunk.
I wonder if he went method. I think if I was in a drunk scene, I would have to go method.
I think anybody would. If you're going to play a good drunk, you've got to be at least partially drunk, if not a little bit tipsy, if not 3 sheets to the wind.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. I have to say I love Judd Hirsch in this role. Him and Jeff Goldblum play so well off of each other.
They're like a buddy cop movie. They totally have the charisma.
Well, not so much by yeah, by a cop, but it's father son. But they work so
I
well
know.
off of each other. What? Eh? Computer virus. You think you can do better? You're the Secretary of Defense. You couldn't even tell him we had the damn ship in our possession, you jackwagon. The only thing that's cockamamie me is your ass. Will do, bud. You gotta admit, the music for this is actually really good too.
Really, really good. This dude, David Arnold, did the soundtrack, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a James Bond guy. He
Ooh.
is a Stargate guy,
Oh, hello.
Sherlock Holmes guy, and The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay. I can dig
But
it.
I will admit, I mean, the soundtrack on this is fucking killer.
Oh, yeah. He's thinking, yeah, I'm calling him on his bullshit, and I got to back up my own. Yes, he can.
That dude's been in a
Yes, he
ton of
can.
shit
And yes,
too. I've seen that guy in tons of shit.
oh, the guy that
Secretary of
played
Defense
the.
guy.
Oh, okay. Was he always a weasel?
Just about.
That makes sense. Yeah, the Israelis and the other guys working together.
Did you ever see The Firm? Not The Firm, The Game. Michael Douglas.
Never seen it, but heard of it. It doesn't have Tom Cruise in it.
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm
anyway,
thinking of
that dude is in The Game, and he plays this creepy ass fucking guy.
okay. Japan. You're drunk. But yeah, you can do. You can fly. Who, me? Founder of founder of dumb opinions. Really, your
That's a
opinions are not
fact.
dumb. No, they isn't. You
It's
shut
just
up.
a fact.
No, it isn't. You shut up. It's not nice to talk. It's not nice to contradict your elders.
Stupid opinions. Is that the more correct?
No, that's not correct either. So shut up. Quit contradicting your elders. Why does that thing look like it belongs in a proctologist's office? It reminds me of the scene from Armageddon where all the oil drillers are at the military base and they're getting all sorts of exams. And the one female doctor is like, the one guy, oh, for heaven's sakes, I can't remember the name of his character, but he's like, oh, ma'am, I'm just here to drill. And she's like, so am I. And she holds up something very similar to that radio transmitter. Sorry. Completely random and unrelated topic. Ow. Good boy. You took off your hat. And health. Making always yourself falling for her. Like your bells shall live. And the good thing is, if he dies now, she's entitled to any of his military benefits. A little known fact about that, for those that might not be aware. But they were actually in love, so that's nice too. Ah, here comes the speech! The speech! Zach, get your ass back in here! Here comes the speech! And I remember watching this in theaters, and every person started clapping their damn heads off, myself included.
It's good, man. He's one of the best fictional presidents.
Yes. There's only one that might be slightly better, and that's Harrison Ford from Air Force One.
Oh, yeah, you can't really compete with that. Get off my plane. Can't compete with that.
Get off my plane. Now, I will say one of the best actors who played a real life president, Bruce Greenwood, JFK, 13 Days.
Oh, never seen it.
He was a day. You've never seen 13 Days?
I
Oh,
like
son, dude,
presidential movies. Well, I like
that's a good one.
Anthony.
It's a That's actually about the Cuban Missile Crisis back in the 60s when JFK was in office. A very good movie. They played with the events a little bit, well, at least who was involved per se, but aside from that, very faithfully done. Really good performances. You've got Bruce Greenwood as JFK. You've got, oh, for heaven's sakes, oh, you've got Kevin Costner, depending on how you feel about him.
No, I
But
like him. Who was also in
really good. Okay.
JFK. He was also in JFK playing the
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
investigator. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
But
I will check
yeah,
it out. I'm
if you
familiar with it. I just haven't seen it.
if you do, let me know. We'll do a review for it because I love that movie.
Okay. All right, we will.
Almost put a hex on the whole damn thing. Forgot my cigars. There's Boomer. We love you,
You ever
Boomer.
see
We love you, man.
Anthony Hopkins as Nixon? Did you watch that one?
I haven't seen that one, but I did. Good morning, Dave. But I did see. I think it was Franklin Jella in Frost Nixon.
Yeah,
That
that
was the
was good
interview
too.
between the journalists. Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that. Quit the hell of a day. Quit drinking.
And who was the other dude? Michael Sheen?
It
Not
might
Martin
have
Sheen,
been.
is
It's
it?
been a while since I've seen. It might have been. It's been
Anyway,
a while since I've seen it.
me too. Yeah, me too.
This is important. All right. Feedback and tray tables are in upright and locked positions. Is it? Yes, yes. With the oops. That way. Everybody wanted to. They had good chemistry too, even though they didn't meet till like the third act of the movie. He finally made it to space, Steve.
Great shot right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. Really good. The CGI even now holds up really well, not to mention the model work. Oops. Really good CGI shot there too, all those planes. He's like, crap. He's like, well, I'm kind of a dick. Don't mean to be. Wow. They made it just otherworldly enough to make it believable, but they didn't go too far to make it too unbelievable. That's the one good thing about when you're trying to design something to look alien or extraterrestrial. You want it to look just odd enough that you feel like, okay, yeah, the aliens definitely built this, or at least supposedly built this. I mean,
Fantastic
that seems,
point. I mean, you can't go too far outside the realm of what we would expect. It just
yeah,
throws the audience completely off. They've done movies like that where it's too wild,
mm,
it's too weird looking, and it's like you just don't
yeah,
buy in.
yeah, exactly.
Great point, man. Totally agree.
I have my moments. Not many of them, but I do have them. Yep. Hey, Ferris, good to see you, bud. This is still my favorite Friday sci-fi movie I've watched on Friday night with pizza. Hopefully, it was good pizza from a local pizzeria. No, that frozen crap. And power windows. Now here's the part where everybody gets a little antsy about the suspension of disbelief. He's using a little 90s laptop to negotiate with a massive alien network, and yet it works.
Well, you could make the argument that they did something with the ship to get that going.
Yeah, that's true too. that they were able to link the computer and the network with the ship itself so that they could get into the main network of the mothership. Yeah,
Yep.
I'd agree with that.
You can't let little shit ruin a movie, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 90s disaster movie with aliens, Will Smith, and Bill Pullman. How much
It's like
believability
I,
do you actually?
I could explain most bullshit out there in this writing. I could make something up to defend it. Just
Yeah, exactly.
I can sell it.
Just pull something out of your ass, and it would work. Just sit back and enjoy the damn movie, you nitpicky assholes.
I'm
Give
actually
it
having
a
a great
win.
time watching this. I think it's because I came from the Acolyte. I came here from the Acolyte, and so I guess this is like
Dude,
Citizen Kane.
well, you're going from really good writing to crappy ass writing, so what do you expect? Or at least very not incredible like Oscar winning writing, but very serviceable writing to crappy ass writing.
And
Let's
something
kick
that
some ass.
knows what it is too. This movie knows the
Exactly.
fuck it is.
Exactly. It's a 90s disaster movie with aliens. And it was released on 4th of July weekend in 1996. And it kicked all the records. It kicked all the ass. And everybody had a good ass time. And it holds up to this day. You know, there's actually a cut where he's in his crop duster ship, his plane. Yes, yes, it is. Payback's a bitch, ain't it? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. They're gonna get suspicious. Ferris, this is actually the extended cut or the extended version. You missed most of the extended stuff earlier, but yeah, this is the extended version. So. Mm. Mm. They're gonna get suspicious. Uh-oh. Hide.
That's pretty good.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. Hey, he's a decent guy. Don't worry. Your dad's up there. Keep your head above you, son. And I just want to say thanks to everybody out there that's watching, either on YouTube or on X, Twitter. Appreciate y'all being here tonight, and I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah. Ready, sir. I'm packing. Time for some good old fashioned dog fighting. Damn it. I hate this part. I hate it, but I love it. Because you know what he's gonna do, but
Better him than the fucking president, though. He would have done it. President would
true.
have done it if this guy.
I love Adam Baldwin in this movie. His character never gets better after Full Metal Jacket in this movie. That's true. Yeah, I forgot Adam Baldwin was in this. He plays the one officer. Him. That's Adam Baldwin right there. He was also in Full Metal Jacket. I love this shot here. Hey, 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 hey. Yep. Yeah. Take out the primary weapon. Uh-oh. We got company. That's not the way you should light a cigar, but it'll do. Use a wood match. Yeah. I love this part. Jolly Roger. I love this part so much. Hey, her, no fat lady. Fat lady, you're such a fat lady. Get us the hell here. We're communicating, sort of. Except I'm being really annoying right now. Oof. That's actually a pretty good Elvis. You know, Ferris, I just realized that you're right. He did. Must go faster. Must go faster when they're being chased by the T Rex. Ferris, you're completely right, dude. Well, and the nice angle on this too, the president got his revenge for his dead wife. I think I'll let you get by slide. Well, I could get used to it. Oh man. Nothing like a feel good ending for a disaster movie. Yeah.
All
Directed by
right.
Roland Emmerich. Written by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. Produced by Dean Devlin. Patrick Tatopoulos. Which a name would be featured in a film that both you and I love very much, Mr. Leary.
Which one?
Patrick Tatopoulos. Nico Tatopoulos.
Does not ring a bell.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Godzilla. The scientist. Played by Matthew Broderick.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The worm guy. So.
Godzilla 1999.
Yes. 98, actually. I think. Yeah, Ferris, you're not wrong. It's Septic Stream. Septic, good to see you. Sorry you showed up a little bit late. We just wrapped up the movie. Well, Mr. Larry, it's been a while since you've seen this, so what'd you think?
It's my take on it is pretty charitable. I have the memory of just a violent hatred of this, but I can't help but have a good time rewatching it.
Well, perhaps
It wasn't that
you had
bad,
better company this time.
and plus,
It's Independence Day. Of course, it's not that bad.
I remember it
Yes.
being like really just atrocious, like horrific. Just, but then again, I miss some of the stuff, like the dog running from the bomb and stuff. It is a goofball kind of movie, but it has redeeming qualities to it. The CGI holds up pretty good. It's mainly practical effects. You got some good
Yes.
performances throughout. It holds
Look,
up. We'll put it that way.
I don't expect you to gush over it, but did you have a good time?
Yeah, but then again, I came here from the Acolyte, and that
well,
it just was
dude.
painful.
Well, of course it's painful. Why are you watching that crap?
I don't know.
Why? Why are you
I
subjecting
really don't have
yourself
an
to
answer.
that crap? Are you into some sort of weird S&M thing that I don't know about and I'd rather not know about?
No,
Are you
it's
are you a cinematic masochist?
I might be actually. I've seen the film Jack and Jill. I think I mentioned that to you one time.
Why?
I will watch real crap
No.
movies.
No, what? No.
Don Cacino.
Dude, no. Ferris says, every time I watch this movie, I always feel like a sense of nostalgia watching it with my family. We would have a good time together as well as having the best pizza from the best pizzeria. You Cannot go wrong with good pizza from your local pizzeria and Independence Day. Although Independence Day for me, burgers and dogs or burgers and brats or steak and brats, whatever we can afford. Because Independence Day, that's barbecue. That's a barbecue holiday. That's a grilling holiday.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I guess my two biggest takeaways are the lack of people hiring our dear people, Brent Spiner and Bill Pullman. Why haven't these guys gotten more jobs? That's the kind of thing that sucks. I mean, when you're like guys like you and me, we could we're fantasy football players, but with actors. We know all these great actors. It's like why don't people use them more often? Fucking Brent Spiner came in here and crushed it. I mean, was totally unrecognizable.
He had 3 scenes in the whole movie, but he completely owned every scene that he was in as the wacky Dr. Oaken that worked at Area 51 that never got out because he was too screwballed and because he worked at such a high security facility.
In a part that couldn't be further from his Data character or personality. I mean, he crushed it, man. He's a good actor. So that's the tragedy of character actors.
Yeah, unfortunately, to a degree. There's a movie he did. It's also from, I think, the late 90s. He has a cameo appearance. It's called Dude, Where's My Car? You want to talk about a dumb movie, but a movie I love. That's Brent Spiner plays a guy that's an ostrich farmer, and he's French.
See, I put that on the level of Jack and Jill, my friend. I put those right in the same category.
Well, here's the thing. That movie is legitimately funny. Jack and Jill is just painful.
It is.
It's dumb. It's dumb enough to be funny, but it's not too dumb to be painful. I mean, you've got the comedic timing of Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott. And you've got Christy Swanson as a girl named Christy Boner, who would give just about any man that looks at her, well, precisely that thing. That's her last name.
It's old school stoner humor, basically. Yes, is what that movie is.
Yeah. Well, the two guys, Jesse and Chester, that are played by Scott and Kutcher, are essentially a couple of stoners, essentially, more or less. Last time I heard of Bill Pullman after Independence Day was Titan AE, very underrated sci-fi anime from Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. I remember Titan AE. I think Matt Damon did a voice for that movie as well as Bill Pullman. And I think, unfortunately, that movie kind of sunk Bill Pullman's career because Titan AE did very badly at the box office. I mean, very, very badly.
And then Randy Quaid can't even get a fucking job. I mean, you and I could hire him for the ambassadorial wing. Pay him $100, he'd show up. That guy can't even get a fucking job.
No way in hell. No way. Well, part of the problem is
what did he do?
He's just gone too crazy. Then he won't pay his taxes. And he's Canadian, I think. Of the two Quaid brothers, he's the least successful.
He's Canadian. You hold his Canadian birth against him?
Not necessarily, no, because I am a fourth.
I do. I do. Fuck him. Fuck Canada.
Hey, I'm a fourth Canadian, so you hush. I am a fourth Canadian.
We could afford Randy Quaid. At this
I
point
don't
in his
want
career,
Randy Quaid on my channel. No. I do not want my channel to be sunk and go away. I'm not hiring Randy Quaid for the ambassadorial wing. This is never going to happen. So forget it.
So if I showed up one day with Randy Quaid with me, would that be a problem?
No, you're not. Yes, you're not coming on the air with Randy Quaid.
That sounds like a fun. That sounds like a good time, though.
I will not let you on the stream if you do that. If I find out he's here, I will shut off the stream or I will shut off the recording and I will tell you to get him out of here. No way in hell.
I mean, I might have to pay him like $1,000. I mean, we'll see, but we'll see what we can do.
You're working on something better. You don't need Randy Quaid. Now quit it.
I just want to bring him to your channel.
Let's
I don't
see.
even want to have him.
I don't want him here. Let's see. Ferris says, last time I watched Randy Quaid was the live-action adaptation of Rocky and Bullwinkle with Piper Perabo. Oh, dear Lord. Live-action Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's just frightening. Oh, man, no.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. No.
Well, Rocky and Bullwinkle worked okay as a cartoon back in the 60s. But as a movie? No. Just no. Not to mention you had that a-hole De Niro as the one Russian spy. No, well, he wasn't the Russian spy. He was the leader, the like Soviet-esque leader or whatever it was that Boris and Natasha worked for. I think. Who played Boris and Natasha? I think Jason Alexander played Boris, but who played Natasha? I can't remember, and I don't think I want to.
Another underrated guy.
I don't want to know. I don't need to know. There are certain things in cinema that I don't want to know about.
Like Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill.
The only thing
you've seen the Al Pacino scene, right? Where he's dancing around, he's doing the Starbucks.
Something to that effect, yeah. And hey, to LDG, good to see you, bud. And you have a good night. And thank you again, my friend. Oh, fair. No, I didn't want to know that. I like Renee Russo. She's a good actress. Ferris, why'd you have to ruin that for me? I like Renee Russo. Good night, LDG. Thanks again, bud. Take it easy. And happy 4th. Oh, Ferris, why'd you have to ruin Renee Russo's... No, that's just bad. Renee Russo's better than that. She was Thor's mother, for Pete's sake. And she was Loki's adopted mother.
Oh, okay. No, I know her. She was pretty big back in the 90s.
Well, yeah, we did a review of her of a movie she was in with John Travolta and Gene Hackman. Get Shorty.
Yeah, she was a big deal back in the day. She had Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember in Lethal Weapon. I like the Lethal Weapon movies. I saw all 4, and I enjoyed all 4. But I haven't watched them in a long time.
Well, they're the same thing as this. I mean, they're just a fun time. You know, there's nothing fucking intellectual about them.
Well, of course,
which is a good
it's an
thing.
action movie. Yeah,
but then again, there's that balance so that certain films can strike. Like John Wick has enough like lore and history and uniqueness where it's like, fuck, this is actually like a cool universe with the Continental and all these rules, High Table, Bowery King, different factions. I don't know. It's just a matter of taste, man, every time. And you know what else? It depends on your mood. This kind of movie. Like it depends on your mood. You got to be in the right mood.
Well, I'm actually for September for my birthday series review. I'm doing all 4 John Wick movies. I'm reviewing them, and then I'm doing a watch along for a very cheesy but kind of the same vein of John Wick action movie from the 80s. I'm going to do a watch along for Commando.
Just as long as you never air any Steven Seagal films, then we're all good.
No.
I hate him. I hate Steven Seagal.
I don't hate him, but I just don't care for his movies. They're kind of all the same. Not to mention, he talks about, I'm such a big martial artist. Yeah, no, you're just a big fat ass.
Did you hear the story of how he shit his pants? Did you ever hear that one?
No, I haven't, but it
So,
wouldn't surprise me.
oh my God, there's so many good. Just go on YouTube, guys, and look up Steven Seagal stories. There was one where I'll give you a different one. When he shit his pants is a good one too. He fucked with a real martial artist and shit his pants. Okay, so that's a good one. But there was this one where it was on Howard Stern. This guy's telling a story, and he's like, Steven Seagal. I was working with him, and he came out of this trailer, and he goes, "I just read the best script I've ever read." And he goes, "Oh yeah, who wrote it? Who wrote that script?" "I did." Yeah, he's classic. He's funny. I guess he is funny, you know. But his movies suck. I wanted to bring this up to you too, and kick us out of here whenever you feel like it, man. You know, so don't let me stop you. But
I'm gonna wrap up here shortly. But go ahead.
They did a John Wick TV show, a prequel. Did you ever watch that? The Continental? No, don't look at me like that.
I've heard of it.
Mel Gibson.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I know they did.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's not bad.
That's all you really need.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He's really good.
Well, as a director, yeah, he's actually pretty good.
Well, he's playing. He's the leader of the Continental before Winston, and you see Winston come in and kind of take it over. That's kind of the concept.
Okay. So it's almost like it's a John Wick prequel in kind of the same vein of House of the Dragon for Game of Thrones, except it's better than.
Exactly. Well, House of the Dragon's good.
Oh no, I'm saying House of the Dragon is good. I wish I could watch it. I'm going to eventually get it on Blu-ray and everything when I get it.
Were you a Game of Thrones guy at all?
Up to a point, yes. I didn't go in for all of the nudity and sex, but other than that, yeah, I really enjoyed it. The only movie I watched with Steven Seagal is Under Siege. I haven't seen the other movies he's done. You're not missing much, Ferris. It's pretty much all the same. As far as his martial art,
Under Siege is a piece of shit. Like even Tommy Lee can't even do a good job in the Steven Seagal movie. He just brings everybody down with him.
Well, of course. I mean, for Pete's sakes, he did a movie with Keenan Ivory Wayans. What the hell's that?
The new ones are so good. You should watch some of this stuff. You'll just laugh your ass off. They do these video essays. Steven Seagal's new movies, he just sits in a chair in every scene he's in.
Well, of course, because he's such a fat ass. Okay, I will tell you. I recently picked this movie up at that pre-owned movie store I told you about. That's in my hometown. It's an old 80s cult classic. You may groan, but I love this movie. Evil Dead, the first one.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I like Sam Raimi.
Oh, okay. All right. Right on.
Nothing wrong with that at all. You know my favorite, of course, Army of Darkness is phenomenal. I have Army of
Darkness on Blu-ray, dude.
Yeah, you got the better version. I just got it on DVD, but Army of Darkness is legit a fucking great hangout movie. I mean, it's a good movie. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need. That dude, Bruce Campbell, man, awesome fucking guy.
I have heard that the one that they did recently, Evil Dead Rise, was actually really good.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay, did you? Okay, all right. I have, like I said, I now have Evil Dead. I have Army of Darkness. I just need to get Evil Dead 2, and then I need to get Evil Dead Rise. Now, I've heard Ash versus the Evil Dead is actually pretty good. The Stars series they did. So I may eventually pick that up.
Too.
I just need to find it. I just need to find a copy of it cheap enough, because didn't it just run for 1 or 2 seasons or something?
It ran a little bit longer than it should have, but it was good. But it's like after a while, it's like I've seen 10 hours worth of this shit, you know, where it's good, but it's like it's
getting repetitive.
It did, yeah, but it's good, and Bruce is great. That dude's fucking funny.
Yeah, fair, something along those lines. Raimi and Bruce Campbell knew each other for a long time, and well, I mean, obviously he cast him in a lot of his early work. I mean, obviously the original Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, and Army of Darkness, and so on.
He's in all the
So,
Spider-Mans too. Did you know that?
yeah, oh yeah, the ones with Tobey Maguire. Yeah,
Yep.
I will tell you, I love the first two Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire ones. I absolutely love those ones.
Me too.
The third one, they tried to pack in too much.
Well, do you remember
That's
this? You and me were on a show together, and I forget who this even was trying to argue to us and everybody on the panel trying to tell us Spider-Man 3 was the best one. Do you remember that?
I do, but I'm not going to say the guy's name because he might actually show up.
Well, I don't hold it against him, but that's not, I mean, that's like, you could almost say factually inaccurate.
Yes, I would agree with you, but I'm not going to say the guy's name because he might actually show up, and I don't want that. And Ferris, I think you know who we're talking about, but I don't want you to say his name or even put it in the chat. But I think you
See,
know
I'm
who I'm
too
talking
crazy. If I knew the guy's name, I would just put it out there. I have no problem
Don't.
starting.
No, I know who it is, but I'm not saying his name. It's like Candyman or Bloody Mary. I'm not saying their name more. I'm not saying their name, period. No. I would rather say Bloody Mary or Candyman more than once and see what happens rather than say this guy's name. I
He
actually
was
have him.
okay, though. I haven't met too many people doing this kind of thing that I hate, or really dislike. That's just an
Here's the
opinion I can't, not only can I
I
not
don't.
co-sign, but I
Here's the
can't
thing.
condone. I can't even
I
condone.
don't hate him. I don't hate him, but he's just too much. He doesn't know when to rein it in. He doesn't know when to pull back and ease off. He's just too full bore, too full tilt. You need to know when to take a break. That's why I won't. I'm not going to say
That's
his
pretty
name,
funny.
but
But
I
here's
know
the
who it
thing:
is.
this is in this business we talk. So it's like the people sit
Yeah.
here, they're like, "Fuck, I can't talk right now." You know, that's just how it goes. Like even doing a watch along, I don't think I've done one of these with you. I'm like, God damn, I can't even talk during most of this.
One of the first ones I ever did was kind of glitchy and you left. It was actually for Highlander. And I didn't have the good setup that I have now,
Oh, I
unfortunately.
remember that. Yeah, no, I remember that. I couldn't even watch the fucking movie. You got it locked down now. I mean, that was perfect. That ran perfect. So
Well, as I said, thank Mr. LDG.
I still think I haven't seen Highlander. I don't even count that. I can't even
I th-
recall
I
anything
think you
about it.
I think you should though. I think you should. I think you'd like it. It's got a lot of sword play. It's got Christopher Lambert. It's got Sean Connery. It's got Clancy Brown. It's got a
Like all
really.
those guys.
Then you should watch Highlander. I really think you should. I think you'd enjoy it.
Clancy Brown,
But
man, super underrated guy. Great voice
he
actor,
plays he
great
plays
actor.
he plays the villain in
Yeah, he's
Highlander, and
good.
he's great as the villain. The name of his villain is the Kurgan.
He's interesting. He's good. He's probably
I'm,
the best Lex Luthor we've ever had, and we've had a lot of
I
them.
agree. I agree. But yeah, Zach, you should definitely check out Highlander. I think you'd enjoy it. Then you come back and you tell me if I was right. If I'm wrong and you didn't enjoy it, then okay, fine. But I think you'll dig it.
Well, I'm pretty
Not to
forgiving. I
mention
mean,
one of the greatest rock bands in the history of forever did the soundtrack for Highlander.
who?
Queen.
Okay, that's interesting. That's probably one of the only ones they ever did, I would guess.
Well, the funny thing is they didn't release an official soundtrack for the movie, but they did release the CD or the record of all the music that they used in Highlander. It's called A Special Kind of Magic. I want to get that CD so badly, or maybe get the record if it's not super expensive.
Interesting.
Because that's Well, I've actually got it right here. I don't think I've ever shown you this. Mam Ambassador tracked this down for me several years ago. This is an original pressing of the soundtrack, the original soundtrack for the first Star Wars.
Original? What do you mean?
Original.
So how much is that worth?
I don't know. I remember how much she paid for it offhand, but it might have been $20-$30. But this is the soundtrack. This is the original record soundtrack to the first Star Wars.
The all-time, one of the all-time great soundtracks.
Yeah. Well, it's a it's got all of its original, it's got its little insert here. It's got some real nice artwork on the back. It's got Vader, of course. And then it's got some nice inside art as well, pictures from the movie and so on. And then
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So it's a vinyl CD?
No, it's a record. It's a
vinyl record. That's what I meant.
Yeah, vinyl record. Yep. No scratches, no nothing. It's still in pristine condition.
Cool, man. Have you thought about getting that framed? You get it framed for a
no,
record for
eventually,
$20.
No, because I'm eventually going to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
We have a record player here at home, and everything, so I eventually want to listen to it because I've never actually. It's
I bet you it sounds better on that than it does on a laptop.
Oh, I actually have it on. Hang on just a minute. I'll have to go get it. But I'm gonna wrap. I do want to wrap up here in a minute, but I don't mind showing this off a little bit because we're talking about soundtracks. I mean, this movie we just watched, Independence Day, had a great soundtrack, as does of course Star Wars. I mean, John Williams, the London Symphony Orchestra, one of the greatest orchestras.
I shouted the guy out for this one, David Arnold, who did a great job. Again, James Bond guy, Sherlock Holmes guy, and Stargate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a pretty cool resume.
Oh yes, it is. Absolutely, it is.
And The Patriot, that wasn't bad either, man. With Mel Gibson.
No. Yeah, that was a good movie. I'll be right back.
All right.
Give me 2 seconds. Well, maybe more than 2 seconds, but you get my point. Ow. Sat for too long. Everything's stiff now. Now, Mam Ambassador also got this for me. It's the original 3 soundtracks of the original trilogy on CD. But it also includes outtakes and previously unreleased music from Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
See, I might be a little too financially greedy to be a collector. I'm going to show when we get off here. I actually did add some things to my own collection, which I have maintained that I've never been a collector. So I'll show. I got some cool shit over here too. I'll show you. But I've gotten better. I've given into my little nerd brain, and I've picked up a couple of things.
Yeah. That's cool.
You're going to hate me for this. I sold the original cuts of the original trilogy on VHS that I came across. I came into it and I sold them.
Behave yourself.
And can I just add this too? Okay, let me just add I didn't even need the money at that time.
I'm trying really hard not to.
I got a good price for them though. Hey, and this is you're gonna
care.
Can I just make it worse? Let me just make it worse by telling you that I got it at a garage sale for like $1.50. That's a fact. This really happened. I swear to God.
Swear not by God, for He is the maker of all, and swear not by heaven. Swear by heaven, by its for it is his throne, swear not by earth, because for it is his footstool. You sold an original cut of the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS. You massive dumbass.
But I am looking into buying autographs. I'm going to start collecting autographs. You can get some really cheap autographs. In fact, you and I, if we wanted a Shatner Kirk autograph, that's only like $75. I'm getting autographs. That's my next thing. I looked into Charles Dance. You get a Charles Dance for like $50. Character actors, man, their autographs are dirt cheap.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up before I have a coronary.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. Good to
Zach,
see you guys.
You too.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Zach, you have a good night, bud. And I'm teasing, of course. So, anyways, folks, we are going to wrap up for the night. I want to thank all of you who watched this evening. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. As always, make sure you smash that like button, share this out with your friends. And if you did enjoy this watch along and you want to be part of the next one, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for all notifications. You know the routine, you know the drill. And if you follow me here on Twitter or X and you want to follow me here, of course, by all means, give me a follow. No, you're just being a neg. But anyways, folks, all joking aside, y'all have a good night. I will see you next time. And until next time, these are the ambassadors. Signing off.
Let's be friends.